There are moments you feel a deep, sincere love towards someone. You know you're ready to be committed to such a person, and you are attracted to the person's ways and outlook on life. However, you also need to be able to sense and know if that person has such feelings towards you. Some people fall head in love with another person, but what they fail to realize is if that person loves them back in return. You, as an individual, need to develop the right relationship and the right attraction before you get to know if such a person loves you in return. Not everyone you love loves you in return. It goes to show that we get to only choose who we love when they reciprocate that feeling back to us. This is why it's important to influence a guy or a lady you have deep feelings for in a positive way. They must clearly like you and develop feelings for you based on who you are and not based on what they think you are. So many people begin to mask their true identity and feelings because they want to woo a particular person. They go out of their way to pretend to be who they are not just so that they can impress who they love. I'm not saying it's not good to be on your best behavior or that you should not try to impress your prospective spouse in a good way. However, it's important your relationship is built on honesty and everything is plain to see for whosoever wants to be in a relationship with you. For instance, some guys portray to be well-to-do and wealthy just to be in a relationship with a lady of a higher class or a taste. The relationship might be rosy in the first few days or months, but as time goes on, the cracks begin to appear, and the truth becomes glaring that such an individual cannot cope with such a lady's standards. This is where the problem begins, and it could lead to the breakup of the marriage or relationship. It's important to know that any relationship built on lies can never stand the test of time. Such a relationship is doomed to failure, and this is why it's important to be sincere and honest in any kind of situation you want to be in. Even when you have flaws and inadequacies, it would be clear to whosoever loves you that he or she is going to marry you and love you despite your weakness, flaws, or inadequacies. When this is done, then you can rest assured that you have not portrayed a false image to your spouse to be, and that you're real. It's also important you let out important secrets in your life to your partner, especially if it's going to be an issue for you in the future. There must not be any form of secret between a couple starting a relationship, especially when those secrets are still bound to come up in the course of the relationship or eventually when they get married. So you need to be careful in choosing a person who you think you love, and you need to be able to see the sign that that person loves you and truly has feelings for you, just the way you feel towards him or her. There are so many signs that a person truly loves you and has true feelings for you. The first thing you would and should note about such a person is how deep that person's relationship with God is. Does the person love God? Does the person have a true conviction of God, his or her heart? It does not mean that everyone who loves God would be compatible with you, but most of the times, a person who is a born-again Christian would truly have the fear and love of God, his or her heart. If the person is truly a believer, then such a person would be sincere about the love or affection they show you and would do everything possible to make you happy. They would stand by you during times of hardship and despair, and they are willing to go the extra mile for you because they have the love of God in their heart. This is why, as a believer, you must be attracted to someone who loves God for any other thing. If you're a true Christian, then you would have the Spirit of God in you, which is the Holy Spirit, who would guide and keep you from making any kind of mistake. And this is why it's important to let God choose for you when you're in a relationship. You must be willing to be patient, and you must ask God for the spirit of discernment to let you know if the person you love truly has sincere love towards you in return. When you have the Holy Spirit in you, you'll be led by God to do the right thing and make the right decisions before being in that relationship or marriage. When you're in the right relationship, you would have that serene peace of God in your heart that assures you that God has truly chosen for you and that you're on the right path in the relationship. This does not mean there won't be the usual fights and disagreements in the relationship, but you can rest assured that you are in the right path. Another sign that shows a person truly values you is that the person is committed to your happiness and progress in life. When someone truly has feelings for you and loves you genuinely, they would want you to be happy and would want you to grow in every area of your life. This means they would be committed to you and they would do all in their power to see that you improve in every aspect of your life. Commitment goes beyond love and passion. Commitment is what gives room for the love and passion in any relationship to wax stronger and better. The more committed that partner is to you in a relationship and vice versa, the stronger the relationship would bloom and grow in leaps and bounds. A person who has your best interest at heart would show empathy during the good and bad periods of your life. They understand that you are now one together, and whatever you go through, they go through it with you and are willing to do anything to make you happy and be there for you. Another thing that makes someone who loves you stand out among others is their ability to pay attention to details. The little details they pay to your stories and everything about you, how much they value you. Knowing the little details and things about you shows how committed and important they place you in their lives, and it shows they have good feelings for you and are ready to be there for you in time of need or problems of life. A person who loves you would never be ashamed to show you off in the public. Most times, they're willing to show you off to many important people in their lives, which include close friends and families. They go out of their way to connect you to people who would make your life better and lovelier. You get to meet their families and have a bond with them, and your partner does this because he or she has you planned for their future together. They mention you all the time and are always willing to be with you and talk to you all the time, because you both have a vibe that they can't resist. Since they see you in their future, they mostly talk is based on we instead of I. They are willing to build a future with you and will make you happy no matter what comes your way. They are willing to help you fulfill your dreams and purpose in life. They make sure that you remain relentless and focused on your dreams and aspirations and are willing to help you achieve them. They are ready to make sacrifices concerning issues in the relationship. As long as their sacrifice is beneficial for the happiness and peace of the relationship, then they are ready to do anything positive for the happiness of the relationship. As long as they show that willingness to always be with you, no matter the situation or circumstances you face, then you're assured of the love they have for you in their heart. One important way to know you can be assured if your spouse loves you is that you have a strong trust in them. To be able to trust them means they have earned your trust and that you have absolute confidence in their abilities and that what they say and do aligns. The more trust you have in them makes the relationship stronger and better and happier. In conclusion, you must commit your way to God and whosoever you have feelings for in a relationship. At the end of the day, you can only watch out for the signs, but you cannot control the action of your spouse or partner to be. This is why it's important to always commit everything about you to God, and when you do so, He will direct your path